I want to make a video about the friend who was sending me good morning texts. I didn't like it, just to clear some things up. So I'm really committed to working on my friendship. So when she first started sending me those good morning texts, I thought, I guess she wants to be closer friends than we have been. She wants to have closer friendship. So I asked her if she wanted to meet for coffee or lunch sometime, and she didn't want to. And so she liked to meet up for drinks, live music and dinner and drinks early, which was great because she got me out of the house and she knew where all the great places were, and I really liked that. And then even when she was texting me or when we were at dinner, she would bring up some problem she had with someone, some personal problem, or someone in her dating or in her family. And so a couple times I suggested that we get together for lunch or coffee so that we could talk when it was more quiet. She didn't want to do that. So what I was noticing was the good morning texts were not congruent. So usually people send you good morning texts because they want to bond more with you, they want to have a closer friendship, and usually they send it to, like a dating partner. Her texts were more like friendly things, like, hey, I'm doing this, I hope you're having a great day. And I started feeling like she needed a reply. I started feeling like I'm obligated to reply. Yet it wasn't congruent because the good morning texts were not accompanied by, she didn't want to have phone calls, she didn't want to do coffee, she didn't want to do lunch. I invited her to go to dinner someplace closer to me. It was too far to drive, so there were a lot of walls up. I know something about her family history. I know something about her dating life and how she was struggling to find a relationship, her abusive ex-husbands, and her struggle to find someone to date. So there's a lot more to it, but I thought she was a really cool person, a professional woman my age, and she was really fun. But eventually I started feeling like, okay, I am tiptoeing around this, and I want to tell her I don't appreciate these texts, although I like being friends with her and going places. I'm like, we can just be friends that go out and meet up, but I don't want to feel obligated for these texts, and I should be able to say that. I am no longer going to be in friendships with people where I can't state my my preferences. I'm allowed to state my preferences, okay? And someone who is a friend is going to honor them. Anyway, so then I thought, well, I'm not going to do it over text, I'm going to do it over a phone call. So I asked her if we could have a phone call. And she didn't want to do a phone call, she just started texting me. There were a couple other things. There was something she was requesting. I'm like, okay, that's good, And then I thought, this is when I'll ask her about the texting, because I gave her 2 yeses. I'm like, now I'm going to ask for something. And I said, I love hanging out with you. I love going to dinner and the live music. However, I don't like the good morning texts or the little morning text things. So I just want to tell you. And she said, you know what? We are just too different and we can't hang out anymore. And that is the last I heard from her. Now, around the same time, I have this other friend who who wanted to have a phone call with me about some things, and she wanted to talk to me about a couple of things that had bothered her about the last time we went to lunch. And my response was so different from that other friend's. I was like, I'm so glad you told me. I'm so glad you told me these things bothered you. I didn't know these things would bother you. I will make a note of these things and not do these again. I'm so glad we had this talk. I didn't, thank you for sharing the impact on you. That's how to handle it, not like, oh, well, we can't be friends. And actually, that woman was never able to get over those 2 things. She was like, a week later, she sent me a very nice text and said, I really appreciate your friendship. I've learned a lot, and I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And I think that's fine. But I really make an effort to be like authentic in my friendships and to notice when I'm doing something out of obligation. It's so important that we speak up and that we don't silence ourselves, not by going off on people, but by saying, I have a request, I have a preference, I have a boundary. And then a healthy person is going to honor that boundary and respect that boundary and not end a friendship because they had a boundary, but people will end a friendship because they feel abandoned. They feel abandoned, and when people feel abandoned, they will shut down or retaliate. And so it's very important in friendships, you guys, to start to make your requests and have your boundaries, because if people can't handle it, do you want friendships like that? I don't. I am done with friendships like that. I am so done. I'm so done like being married to someone where I can't express myself, or I think I should be okay with this, and I don't have to be okay with anything. I have a right to say what I want, and then other people have the right to say, you know what, I don't want to be friends with you. That's it. So this is in reply to someone making a comment, well, she was just trying to be nice, she was just trying to be friendly. Well, people who are trying to be nice or trying to be friendly, they're coming from a place of giving, and they are open to knowing how it lands for you. It's not a one-way street of, okay, this is how I'm going to be, and if you don't like it, I am going to retaliate or bail. It's too bad, because I did like both of those friends. So, but I had to maintain a good boundary and just accept it and just be like, okay, they exercise their choice. Not everyone wants to be my friend, but I've learned through this that I am going to be a lot more choosy about who I make friends with, because I want to be friends with women who are able to be like I am, not get all triggered over every little thing, and be able to handle like a disagreement or conversation or preference. So many people just have so many issues. And both these ladies that ended their friendship with me have not done any therapy or any counseling, and both of them came from narcissistically abused homes. So I'm going to start checking my female friends for their childhoods, and if they've done any therapy, and if they're committed to their therapy, and if they have any practice expressing boundaries, expressing preferences, dealing with their triggers. Those are good tasks for anyone, and especially for friends. Maybe I need to start finding some more married friends. I know it's really loud. I'm outside this movie theater. I came here with someone, and this person is still in the theater, so I'm going to sit outside here for 2 hours. That Jurassic Park was way the hell stressing me out. The seats were going all this and that, and it was loud, and it was scary. The acting was horrible. The special effects were fakey. I'm just like not feeling it, so I decided to come outside, and it's beautiful out here, so I'm happy I'm out here. The person I came with was like, are you sure you want to leave? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I want to leave, because this is not a good time. I know when I'm having a good time. That was not a good time. Anyway, that's my movie on my friendship that ended with the good morning texting lady.